ENR says they have attempted to capture the adult lynx, but haven't been successful so far. On Saturday evening, Fort McPherson RCMP were alerted about a missing hunter. No skiers here today. The trails are silent, not even groomed. This weekend, Inuvik's Muskrat Jamboree is expected to set up here on the Mackenzie River, like it has year after year. Organizers say there's been about 2,000 people taking in the festival. Although the RCMP is investigating, they don't believe the death is suspicious at this time. From the earrings I'm wearing to this glass cup and this sculpture, these are all products the artists have learned to make during this course. I went to both grocery stores here in town, and both are currently sold out of jugs of water. The bears normally keep their distance, but a couple of them are getting braver and coming closer to homes. The ice rink at the arena is usually ready the first week of October. Now it's been pushed to October 15th.
Travelers from Canada and around the world are heading north all the way to Tuktoyaktuk. It's the first time visitors have been able to drive to the Arctic Ocean in the summer. And the tiny, once isolated hamlet is changing. Mackenzie Scott has more.
There's been a steady stream of campers, trucks, and motorcyclists on the Inuvik-Tuktoyaktuk highway. A few people have chosen to bike or walk. The hamlet says there's been 30 to 50 vehicles a day.
We're getting an unbelievable amount of people, and at the hamlet office we've been getting thousands of calls over the winter already. So I never expected this big a turnout. And our EDO Annie, she was saying we're going to get 5,000 to 10,000, and I thought that was a little high, but it may get that high.
The boat is sinking. I gotta go get it.
Grubin says by the time tourists get to Tuk, they all end up staying at the Point, an area surrounded by the Arctic Ocean. Although it's not an official campground, it's where campers want to be.
I guess the word around town is you want to sell anything, you go to the Point. You could sell fish, you could sell your work. It's a good thing for the community. It's a good thing for the young people especially, yeah?
Joe Nasigalowak says he's gotten opportunities because of the highway, including performing at a destination wedding. He believes the road will bring money and more.
You see the change. We're not isolated. It's the best thing that happened to me in my lifetime. I told that to my wife. That's the best thing that happened for our kids' future.
When tourists do come, they take a dip in the Arctic Ocean and photos in front of the Tuktoyaktuk sign. One couple even brought their local newspaper to show how far they've come.
This is our Thompson local citizen newspaper. We are encouraged to take it if we go on holidays, to take it and let the newspaper know when we come home where we've taken it. It's been a dream of my life. I've enjoyed every mile of it.
Every traveler has a different reason for coming up north. Paul McHugh came to fulfill a dream he had with childhood friends who have now passed on.
We decided if we never meet each other again at 55 years of age, we would meet in Inuvik. Always wanted to come and honor them, so finally made it. And we waited until, till this road was here to make it.
Whatever the reason may be, local businesses are booming.
It's not just a local event anymore, it's become a worldwide event. I've got bookings right through till September, but it's just more solid now, but it is growing as we get closer to the other months.
And for Mayor Grubin, he expects tourists to keep rolling in this summer and for years to come.
Welcome to Tuk. Come up and jump in the ocean and get a taste of the Arctic.
That hurt.
Mackenzie Scott, CBC News, Tuktoyaktuk.
Guess what? I can remember how cold that was this morning now.
So, climate change has delivered nasty surprises. Oceans warming, ice vanishing ahead of projections. And while in Canada, the changes are more extreme, go to the northern parts of the country, like Inuvik, Northwest Territories, and the increasing warmth is impossible to ignore. Mackenzie Scott gives us a snapshot of how local residents and businesses are trying to keep ahead as their world melts around them.
There used to be 8 igloos here, but this is all that's left.
This is our Aurora Igloo Village, or what was, I guess, our village, but it all melted and fell down. So you're just seeing the remains of all our hard work.
It took pilot Kasoon Taylor and his team a month to build this ice village for their tours, but it melted a month early. Temperatures have been rising across the north at 3 times the rate of the rest of Canada, according to this week's climate report.
It's scary, you know, like I really love the north and I love the winter, and so many people depend on it. You know, they're out there trapping or hunting, and then us with tourism, you know, we depend on the snow and ice, so it's concerning, yeah.
In Yellowknife, the annual Snow King Festival closed a week early, and the Long John Jamboree moved from a melting frozen lake to land. This weekend, Inuvik's Muskrat Jamboree is expected to set up here on the Mackenzie River, like it has year after year. But it's unclear if that may change in the future. The last 4 months have been significantly warmer than previous years. In March, the average temperature was only -8, when the historical daily average was -22.3. Although temperatures have dropped to normal this past week, organizers for the Jamboree are taking precautions. People are being asked to park on land, not the ice road, to cut down on the wait. Noel Cockney from Tuktoyaktuk is hoping people can still enjoy the festival season.
Especially with the Inuvik, like we've adapted to a lot of different changes, and that's just like basically what we have to do now.
Although Northerners are used to the unpredictability of the weather, most are worried about these warm temperatures becoming the new normal. Mackenzie Scott, CBC News, Inuvik.
High school graduations are just around the corner, a rite of passage for most young Canadians. But imagine how it would feel to be the first in your remote community to go directly to college or university. That's what 3 excited teens in the Northwest Territories are gearing up for. In the tiny community of Uluhoktok, population 400, Mackenzie Scott explains what has changed to make this possible.
I'm actually surprised right now.
We're graduating. In the isolated community of Uluhoktok, 3 students are making history. For the first time, going straight from high school to college and university without having to upgrade their credits somewhere else. Jacob Klingenberg dreams of being an RCMP officer.
I just thought I was gonna like stay in the community, you know, hunt, fish. I never imagined I would be have been accepted into a recognized college. So that was amazing for me to experience.
A week and a half. Nadine Gunaluk says she loves the culture and closeness of her remote flying community of 400 people, but she also wants to experience the world.
I don't really know what to expect from myself, but I really want to go to just get out of here. And because, you know, it's just too small here and there's not really much opportunities that you can take as a student or jobs here.
The school can offer all the classes students required for post-secondary qualification.
Or is everything A-okay?
But thanks to technology, all that's changed through the Northern Distance Learning Program. Students in Uluhoktok connect with their teacher, who is more than 600 kilometers away in Inuvik via video conferencing.
We feel this is a very important way to offer that equity for all the students who may not get these courses where they are currently living. And the growth that we've seen since grade 10 till now when they're graduating is just, it's huge.
Matt Goniuk is excited to head to Vancouver Island University in the fall and hopes others follow in his footsteps.
It's pretty amazing to me to see how far we've come along as a school and as a community, and I'm pretty darn excited for this.
The program is currently offered to 7 communities in the Northwest Territories, but will expand to 11 next school year, opening the door for even more young people to pursue their dreams. Mackenzie Scott, CBC News, Uluhoktok.
Now, of the Northwest Territories, total population of some 42,000, roughly a quarter, or about 11,000, are Indigenous youth under the age of 25. But Indigenous high school graduation rates there are pretty low, partly, of course, because of this lack of access to high schools. Just another reason that programs like this one are so important.